This is Barry Zalma speaking for Claim School Incorporated's blog, Zalma on Insurance. Today we're going to explain why there's no coverage to run down your wife if you refuse to pay a $78 premium for the extra coverage. Plaintiff Eric Levy sought a declaration that defendant New York Central Mutual Fire Insurance Company is obligated to provide plaintiff with coverage, defense, and indemnification for an August 29, 2021 car accident where he negligently injured his wife. New York Central moved for an order granting summary judgment dismissing plaintiff's complaint and for a declaratory judgment declaring that it is not obligated to provide plaintiff with a defense or indemnification for the motor vehicle accident that is alleged to have occurred on August 29, 2021, as no supplemental spousal liability coverage exists for that claim. In Eric Levy v. New York Central Mutual Fire, a decision of the New York Court of Appeal in 2023 found in favor of the insurer. On August 29, 2021, while driving his car, plaintiff accidentally struck his wife, Lisa Grauer, and Grauer allegedly suffered serious injury, including a fracture. At the time of the accident, plaintiff had an active motor vehicle insurance policy through New York Central with bodily injury liability limits of $250,000 per person. Grauer filed a claim against the plaintiff in New York Central, alleging that she was injured as a result of his negligence. Plaintiff alleged that New York Central is liable for breach of contract in the amount of $250,000 for failing to provide plaintiff with coverage, a defense, and indemnification. Plaintiff moved for summary judgment on his amended complaint and is requesting a declaratory judgment as set forth in the first cause of action. Plaintiff submitted an affidavit describing the events that transpired and alleges that he was not provided with proper notice of SSL coverage. New York Central averred that no SSL coverage exists for plaintiff's policy, that it did comply with all notification requirements, and the plaintiff declined to purchase SSL coverage. New York Central issued a revised renewal policy, adding an additional vehicle, and included an SSL endorsement. The additional premium for the SSL coverage was $78, and plaintiff declined to purchase it. Supplemental Spousal Liability insurance provides bodily injury liability coverage under a motor vehicle insurance policy to cover the liability of an insured spouse because of the death or injury of his or her spouse, even where the injured spouse must prove the culpable conduct of the insured spouse. In reviewing the law, Insurance Law Section 3420G was amended by Chapter 584 of the Laws of 2002 to require insurance carriers to offer their insured supplemental spousal liability insurance for an additional premium. The SSL coverage provides drivers with the option to be insured in cases where their negligence causes death or injury to their spouse. Both parties present the insurance policy to the court in support of their summary judgment motions and do not dispute the contents. The court found that New York Central made a prima facie showing. It is not obliged to provide plaintiff with indemnification or a defense for the motor vehicle accident occurring on August 29, 2021, because no SSL liability existed for this claim. Since plaintiff declined to purchase the SSL, an insurer is not required to provide insurance coverage for injuries sustained by an insured spouse. It was undisputed that plaintiff did receive notification of the availability of supplemental spousal liability insurance, and he refused to pay the $78 premium. Accordingly, it was ordered that Plaintiff Eric Levy's motion was denied in its entirety, and New York Central Mutual Fire Insurance Company's Cross motion for an order granting summary judgment dismissing plaintiff's complaint was granted. In my opinion, insurers do not like, because of the potential for fraud, to insure against injury to a family member of the insured. New York passed a law requiring insurers to provide coverage for injury caused to a spouse as long as the insured pays an additional premium. New York offered the coverage, and Mr. Levy refused to pay the extra $78, and by so doing refused the coverage that only after the accident he wanted. No luck, since he got the offer and the charge and refused to pay it. This video was adapted from my blog, Zelma on Insurance, which is available free to anyone who clicks on the URL zelma.com/blog. You can subscribe at the blog and you'll receive notice daily, usually 5-6 times a week, of blog postings. You can also subscribe to the videos at rumble.com or youtube.com, and I'd appreciate it if you click on the like button or the thumbs up button on Rumble. And if you found this video to be useful, please tell your friends and colleagues so that they can also subscribe to the blog or the videos. And if you want more coverage of insurance law, and insurance claims, please consider subscribing for a very small fee to my Locals community or my Substack publications. Thank you for your attention.